Coming up on Valley News Live at 6, the scary details about a man already convicted once and now accused of kidnapping.
The latest on a man considered to be armed and dangerous, suspected in the killing of a man earlier today.
And what a man says prompted him to stab his wife in the neck at a Fargo hotel. Valley News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 6.
Good evening, everyone. New tonight at 6, court records show the man at the center of a kidnapping investigation in Grand Forks has already spent time behind bars for similar crimes and has admitted to enjoying watching kids.
52-year-old Robert Burr is charged with kidnapping and felonious restraint after police say he abducted the 6-year-old girl near an alleyway in the 900 block of Belmont Road just before 4:30.
Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley spoke with police today and dug into Burr's criminal history. She joins us live now with our story. Bailey.
Stacey, Grand Forks police say it was all hands on deck when Thursday's call for a child abduction came over their radio, saying calls like that are rare, especially in broad daylight. Adding almost all of the department rushed to the neighborhood in an effort to bring a safe and fast resolution. Now, court documents say that 6-year-old girl was playing outside with her friends yesterday when she was picked up and put into Burr's vehicle before being driven off. The young victim told investigators Burr said he was going to get her ice cream. Documents say the victim cried and screamed at Burr to take her home, which Burr did just minutes later, dropping her off right where he had taken her. Now, Grand Forks police say it's important to talk with your kids about what to do if they ever find themselves in a similar situation, saying it's never too early or too late to bring it up, emphasizing being passive and compliant is not what's best in a situation like this.
That attention is not wanted, right? If I was to tell my children, that's what I would tell them, is to make as much noise as possible, because I don't want them to think that it's just comply and go. Cause a fuss, cause a ruckus, get someone's attention. The whole goal is to have somebody go, that doesn't seem right, and I'm going to call the police.
Burr is now behind bars at the Grand Forks County Jail for a similar crime he's already been convicted of on the other side of the river just a few years ago. That incident happened on the Greenway bike path in East Grand Forks back in late June of 2017 when a woman was rollerblading, was rear-ended by Burr on his bicycle and crashed. Documents say Burr apologized before trying to grab and lift the victim, later dragging her into the tall grass and trees. Burr told the victim to shut up and stay still and punched her in the nose and mouth. The victim screamed and eventually Burr fled the scene. Burr later pleaded guilty and was sentenced to just under 2 years in prison. Mike.
All right, thanks so much, Bailey Hurley. And if found guilty in yesterday's case, Burr could face up to 10 years in prison.
If you see this man, you're asked to not approach him. He is considered to be armed and dangerous. The Pennington County Sheriff's Office says he's wanted in a homicide investigation that happened today in rural Pennington County. He's 44-year-old Eric Reinbold, and this is not his first run-in with the law. He was found guilty of possessing pipe bombs and plotting to overthrow the government in 2017. If you see him, you're asked to call deputies right away, 218-681-6161.
The weekend is here. Let's check in with Hutch on tonight's weather. Hutch?
Mike, thanks. Good evening, everyone. As we head into the evening hours, things fairly quiet for most, although southeast North Dakota from Jamestown and points south, seeing scattered showers and even a few rumbles of thunder along and south of the South Dakota border. So south of Ellendale, this cluster of thunder showers really capable of heavy rain, a little lightning, and some brief small hail with that. Hit and miss showers in that area. Otherwise, the rest of us very quiet, albeit cloudy, in Fargo will be in the 60s after sunset. Grand Forks, fewer clouds, but temperatures very similar as we sneak out of that 80-degree range towards 60 degrees into the early overnight hours. That weekend promised to bring the heat, and we'll look ahead at our next chance of rain coming up here in just a couple of moments.
All right, thanks, Hutch.
New information on last night's house fire in West Fargo. The house that went up in flames in the 5300 block of 8th Street West is a total loss. Emergency crews say when they got to the home just after 8 o'clock last night, the garage was covered in flames and the fire was quickly spreading to the home's attic. The 5 family members as well as 1 pet are now displaced. The cause of that fire is still under investigation.
Police say the man who stabbed his wife Wednesday morning at a Fargo hotel did it because she said she wanted a divorce. 75-year-old James Bogart admitted to police that he stabbed his wife multiple times with a pair of scissors. He faces a charge of aggravated domestic assault. The stabbing happened at the Wingate Hotel just off of 19th Avenue South. Authorities say Bogart and his wife had been fighting for quite some time before the stabbing took place. The victim is said to be okay.
2 people wanted in a jewelry store robbery were arrested today in Devil's Lake. 25-year-old Trevin Anderson and 26-year-old Jorge Mendoza Jr. were arrested today after a chase with police. Officers say they found stolen items in the vehicle during a traffic stop. Both will face charges of theft of property, burglary, and criminal mischief.
North Dakota Highway Patrol says through the month of June, state troopers have cited 48 people for driving 100 miles over the speed limit. And while that number may be surprising, officials say that only reflects those who were caught.
We just want the drivers to know that speed is a huge factor in a number of crashes across the state.
Troopers made more than 5,600 traffic stops in June altogether. Meanwhile, the period between Memorial Day and Labor Day can cause a dangerous and deadly time for teenage drivers. Data from AAA shows traffic crashes are the leading cause of death for teenagers who drive, and they are 3 times more likely than drivers 20 and older to be killed. The DOT says parents and teens can take steps to prevent crashes.
Advice to parents is to understand what the biggest risks are and to create rules, and then to spend plenty of time riding with your teen to identify areas where they could use some additional experience. The quicker they gain experience in various driving environments, the safer they're going to be.
For more information on this topic, go to visionzero.nd.gov.
It's back and it's bigger than ever. Today's the first day of the Red River Valley Fair. The fair offers exhibits, rides, livestock, entertainment, midway shows, and food. Everything from ufta tacos to fried pies. There are some opportunities to get into the fair for free. We have details about that on our website, valleynewslive.com.
They are so soft and cuddly, but apparently not enough to keep everyone's interest. Later on Valley News Live at 6, what's leading people to dump their pet rabbits?
And a Thursday night, thunderstorms out west dumping quite a bit of rain out that direction. We had some beautiful conditions for golf out in the Dakota Magic Casino Dakota Winds Golf Course. Your forecast for the weekend is straight ahead.